A place called Valley Forge stands out in the memory of all Americans. The cry and groans of a mother nation about to give birth to a baby, and it shall be named Liberty. December 21st, 1777. The day is bitter cold, and it presses down on the snow-covered meadow once called Wilderness, the home of Indians, deer, wildflowers, and now referred to as battlefields, and someday to be called farmland. Men with mechanized thoughts plan destruction and fragments of the word catastrophe belch from cannon's mouth. Now the night comes. Its bluish light spreads across the snow with a satin sheen. It brings a stillness that echoes the slightest sound, the creaking of tree stumps, charred black and splintered.
When you look at this place at night, it seems such a small battlefield.
Well, how much room does a soldier need to die in?
Bread. Bread, how about some meat?
It's in the bread. The weevils. The weevils.
Valley Forge, where age is made. Young bodies with old faces. Not much wisdom needed. For how much wisdom does a man need to stay alive?
Hey, is the sun going to come up, or is it frozen too?
All right. Keep marching. You're on sentry duty.
Well, what are we guarding? A few men too weak from hunger and cold to fight? I'm going to tell you, General Washington finds places that God forgot.
Oh, it's a wonder there hasn't been a mutiny. 2,500 men have died in the last month.
Without costing the British one bullet. Starvation's a deadly weapon, you know.
And yet the men obey.
Yeah. They desert, but they come back.
I wonder why.
Well, maybe they've got a cause.
I wouldn't mind so much, but I hear there's much graft. Money for our food is going to the wrong people. They get rich on our debts. And then there's the British. I'll wager General Howe sleeps in a warm bed every night.
Well, let's hope that it gets blown from under him.
Prisoners! Halt! Prisoners!
Prisoners or deserted?
What's the difference? It's that many more that the British don't have to feed. It's all part of their plan.
The enemy. How did they get out of school to come here and fight? A note from their parents? 3,000 miles from home to kill rebel Americans. But instead they find their enemy is the cold, the hunger.
Come on. You say you were in Philadelphia?
You would not believe the food in the shops. People live as though this wasn't their war.
Well, do they know we starve here?
Oh, yes. But the war is not popular with everybody.
Fighting for freedom's not popular?
There are young men on the streets who make speeches of protest.
If those agitators put self before freedom, before liberty, let them come on this battle line. Let both sides fire at them.
Yeah, you know, it's strange. Why does a man who speaks as a traitor believe that the other side will trust him?
So it is our lot to do the fighting, even for those who, in their fright, undermine us. Perhaps we who fight will appreciate liberty a little more.
Ah. What is liberty?
Liberty? Liberty's tomorrow.
Well, I will go and see if there's a ration of bread for me.
Yeah, you seem to look pretty good. How's your health?
If I were alive, I'd be a very sick man.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, as well as can be expected. That's if death don't expect too much.
How can you still joke?
When I'm melancholy, I don't notice gloom. That's if I face it cheerfully.
Here, it's Christmas.
Oh, it's my wife.
Oh. Now let me guess what's inside. A hindquarter of beef? A warm bed?
Darling Patrick, we miss you here at home. And as Christmas approaches, our joy grows less, for now we realize you won't be with us. I have heard that it is very cold at Valley Forge, so I have knitted you a muffler. I made it with blue yarn. I know you like bright colors, but I was afraid that if I used red, you might be mistaken for a red coat. It isn't much, but I do not have enough yarn to make you a vest, and I'm not skilled enough to make you leather boots, which I hear there is a desperate need of. Dearest Patrick, we speak of you and think of you every day and every night, and perhaps our warm thoughts will keep you out of the cold. Be safe, and may God bring you back to us very soon. Your loving wife,
Edith.
The War of Independence rages on, some men fighting and dying, others to live and join remnants of the Continental Army, and meet death by cold and hunger. Besides the Schuylkill, only 20 miles from Philadelphia. December 24th, 1777. It is almost Christmas. These are gallant men at Valley Forge. It is a sickly place. Men and horses die from starvation. The eyes of men half alive blur with tears. The night is bitter cold. But that isn't what makes men cry. Men make men cry. Leaders of men cry, too. The spirit of liberty makes men cry. The real heroes are dead. But those who still live are learning to be heroes. But do they live? Or are they ghosts of the dead soldiers? The only sign of life is the blood left in the snow where once their bare feet stood. Laughter in a place like this. Yes, laughter born strangely of sadness of spirit. And even singing is here.
No meat, no meat, no rye, no wheat, no breeches, no seat, no boot tops, no feet. Courage, yes, no defeat. No army, no fleet, no food, no meat. Dear Jesus, so sweet, no bed, no meat. The enemy we'll beat, God's will be. Hunger now means liberty. No meat, no meat.
December the 25th, 1777. This night, we're with Potter's Brigade of the Pennsylvania Militia. We had 12 skirmishes with the Redcoats. Their losses were considerable. Ours weren't too bad. They killed several men who've been dying for months. Christmas is 1 hour old, a day of peace. It's peaceful here at Valley Forge, only disturbed by the groans of the wounded. We made our way back with our loyal companions. Fatigue, thirst. I'm to bunk with 3 other soldiers. They're strangers. One fellow rests his head on the palm of his hand. He looks like the death skull in Hamlet. The other 2 are as rigid as the winter. Outside, men are huddled around their little fire as though to keep it warm. And I'm hungry, so thirsty. I'm desperate. There's no water. My canteen is empty. There's water nearby in the stream, but it's frozen, solid ice, 6 inches thick. I could blast a hole in the ice with a heavy load. But that one shot would start a bombardment. But what of it? They'd only be firing at invisible soldiers. I'm thirsty.
Don't. Too much sickness. You'd be dead.
But I won't be thirsty.
The only clear water is out there, in the stream. Under the ice.
I could build a fire on the ice and burn a hole through.
Impossible. The enemy's got it covered.
Water. I've got to have... Look, stranger. Look. Look, here. That's yours. It's yours. My wife knitted it for me. You can have it. 5 swallows of water. 4. 3.
I'm ashamed. But it's Christmas. A man should not go thirsty or hungry on Christmas. Christmas. We've got to celebrate Christmas.
Hey, where you going?
that little fir tree. I've got to go get that little Christmas tree.
Why don't you give him a drink of water?
You should see them. There's light in their eyes for the first time. I feel a rejoicing. My heart overflows with gratitude and hope. I gaze tenderly at the little tree. It beholds his divine grace. A boy, aged in these woods, learning life's end before the beginning. He should be at a Christmas dance, not walking around barefooted through the ice and snow, bleeding his blood to feed next spring's flowers.
At least he saw the tree of the Christ child before he walked into the valley of death. He will fear no evil, nor cold. That shadow has wrapped his starved body with a warm royal robe that makes all men equal.
Maybe we're all dead. Grim Reaper's ignorant about details. A job like this is too big for him. He forgets to close our eyes and to push us over.
But this boy is not special. He has no priority on the last breath. Why give cause to be sad because he's another soldier?
We should be in a house of worship. There is no house to go to sit down and listen to God's instructions.
But does there have to be an assembly? Does hearing certain words constitute worship? Does it come only from the ordained?
I have made an altar. I've put candles on it. Have I profaned the spirit of Christmas? Is what I've done mockery? No. Many Christmases ago, a stable was made into a holy place. Why not a shed? Yeah, the shed has become a temple.
The spirit of Christmas, surrounded by misery, death, starvation, and destruction, but alive. Is it beauty and comfort that need Christmas? Perhaps next year, you men of Valley Forge, perhaps next year you will see the beauty of a light on a Christmas tree in your own home, or burn a candle for your loved ones, and another for the peace of the world. But for now, your Christmas is here in this crude shed. But be not ashamed. The words of the Bible say, wherever 2 or 3 gather together in his name, our Lord has told us he is in the midst of them.